strife. The censure of the thoughtless crowd had touched a blameless life. Like the dove of old from the water's foam, he warily turned to the ark of home. Hopes he had cherished with joyous heart had toiled for many a day, with body and spirit and patient art. Like mists had melted away, and o'er daydreams vanished or fond hopes flown, he sat him down to mourn alone. No, not alone, for soft fingers rest on his hot and aching brow. Back the damp hair is tenderly pressed, while a sweet voice whispers low, thy joys have I shared, O my husband true, and shall I not share thy sorrows too? Vain task to resist the loving gaze that so fondly meets his own, revealing a heart that cares for praise from him and him alone. And though censure and grief upon him pall, unto to her at least he is all in all. What though false friends should turn aside, or chill with icy look? What though he meet the pitying pride the proud heart ill can brook? There are depths of love in one gentle heart, whose faith with death alone will part. Farewell, may thy brow relax its gloom, for a talisman hast thou gainst hopes that are blighted in their bloom, gainst scornful look or brow. Her heart is a high and a holy throne, where monarch supreme thou reignest alone. Kindly return her tender gaze, press closely that little hand, whisper fond words and soothing praise, they are ever at thy command. It is all the harvest she asks to reap, in return for love as the ocean deep. As they pass, who hear the sprites from Elfland call, go frolic with these brownies small, and join these merry sporting elves, but ever be your own sweet selves. tangled grass, gnomes and brownies as they pass, who hear the sprites from elfland call. Go frolic with these brownies small, and join these merry sporting elves, but ever be your own sweet selves. The bride wears a white, white rose, the plucking and it was mine. The poet wears a laurel wreath, and I the laurel twine. And oh, the child, your little child, that's clinging close to you, it laughs to wear my violets, they are so sweet. White rose, the plucking, it was mine. The poet wears a laurel wreath, and I the laurel twine. And oh, the child, your little child, that's clinging close to you, it lasts to wear my violets, they are so sweet and blonde. And I have a wreath to wear on never ruin or thorn. I sometimes think that bitter wreath could be more sweetly worn. For mine is made of ghostly bloom, I can't forget the fallen leaves of other crowns, rose along the You call me an angel of love and of light, a being of goodness and heavenly fire, sent out from God's kingdom to guide you aright in paths where your spirit may mount and aspire. You say that I glow like a star on its course, like a ray from the altar, a spark from the source. Now listen to my answer, let all the world hear it. I speak unafraid what I know to be true. A pure, faithful love is the creative spirit which make women angels. I live but in you. We are bound soul to soul by life's holiest laws. If I am an angel, why you are the cause. As my ship skims the sea, I look up from the deck fair. Firm at the wheel shines love's beautiful form. And shall I last night went to wreck by the pilot, abandoned to darkness and storm. My craft is no stauncher, she too had been lost. Had the wheelman deserted or slept at his post? I laid down the wealth of my soul at your feet. Some woman does this for some man every day. No desperate creature who walks in the street has a wickeder heart than I might have, I say. Had you wantonly misused the treasures you won, as so many men with heart riches have done? This fire from God's altar, this holy love flame that burns like sweet incense forever for you, might now be a wild conflagration of shame. Had you tortured my heart or been base or untrue? For angels and devils are cast in one mold, till love guides them upward or downward, I hold. I tell you, the women who make fervent wives and sweet tender mothers, had fate been less fair, are the women who might have abandoned their lives to the madness that springs from and ends in despair. As the fire on the hearth which sheds brightness around, neglected may level the walls to the ground. Since early this morning, the world has seemed surging with unworded rhythm and rhyme without thought. It may be the muses take this way of urging the patience and pains by which poems are wrought. It may be some singer who passed into glory with songs all unfinished is lingering near and trying to tell me the rest of the story, which I am too dull of perception to hear. I hear not, I see not, but feel the sweet swinging and swaying of meter in sunlight and shade. The still arch of space with such music is ringing as never an audible orchestra made. The moments glide by me and each one is dancing. A quiver with life is each leaf on the tree, and out on the ocean is movement entrancing as billow with billow goes racing with glee. With never a thought that is worthy the saying, and never a theme to be put into song. Since early this morning my mind has been straying, a vagabond thing with a vagabond throng. With gay idle moments and waves of the ocean, with winds and with sunbeams and treetops and birds, it has lilted along in the joy of mere motion to songs without music and verse without words. This morning the world has seemed surging with unworded rhythm and rhyme without thought. It may be the muses take this way of urging the patience and pains by which poems are wrought. It may be some singer who passed into glory with songs all unfinished is lingering near and trying to tell me the rest of the story, which I am too dull of perception to hear. I hear not, I see not, but feel the sweet swinging and swaying of meter in sunlight and shade. The still arch of space with such music is ringing as never an audible orchestra made. The moments glide by me and each one is dancing. A quiver with life is each leaf on the tree, and out on the ocean is movement entrancing as billow with billow goes racing with glee. With never a thought that is worthy the saying, and never a theme to be put into song. Since early this morning my mind has been straying, a vagabond thing with a vagabond throng. With gay idle moments and waves of the ocean, with winds and with sunbeams and treetops and birds, it has lilted along in the joy of mere motion to songs without music and verse without words. is worthy the saying, and never a theme to be put into song. Since early this morning my mind has been straying, a vagabond thing with a vagabond throng, with gay idle moments and waves of the ocean, with winds and with sunbeams and treetops and birds. It has lilted along in the joy of mere motion, to songs without music and verse without words. Of the masks we wear, oh, we nod and smile the social while, and we say we're doing well. But we break our hearts, so we break our hearts, for the things we must not tell. There's the old love wrong, there's the light of long ago. There's the cruel lie that we suffer for, and the public must not know. So we go through life with a ghastly mask, and we're doing fairly well, while they break our hearts. Not tell. We see but pride in a selfish breast, while a heart is breaking there. Oh, the world would be such a kindly world if all men's hearts lay bare. We live and share the living life. We are doing very well, while they eat our hearts as the years go by. Do the things we dare not tell. We bow us down to a dusty shrine, or a temple in the east, or we stand and drink with the coffins at the feast. We fight it down and we live it down, or we bear it bravely well. But the best men die of a broken heart, for the things they cannot tell. red rose, you and I, all in the summer weather. Sweet its perfume and rare its bloom, enjoyed by us together. The rose is dead, the summer fled, and bleak winds are complaining. We dwell apart, but in each heart we find the thorn remaining. We sipped a sweet wine, you and I, all in the summer weather. The beaded draught we lightly quaffed and filled the glass together. Together we watched its rosy glow and saw its bubbles glitter. Apart alone, we only know the leaves are very bitter. We walked in sunshine, you and I, all in the summer weather. The very night seemed noonday bright when we two were together. I wonder why, with our goodbye, o'er hill and vale and meadow, there fell such shade, our paths seemed laid forevermore in shadow. We dreamed a sweet dream, you and I, all in the summer weather, where rose and wine and warm sunshine were mingled in together. We dreamed that June was with us yet. We woke to find December. We dreamed that we too could forget. We woke but to remember. Soldier, soldier, come from the war. Why don't you march with my true love? Refresh from off the ship and ease, maybe give the slip, and you'd best go look for a new love, true love. Best go look for a new love. The dead, they cannot rise, and you'd better dry your eyes, and you'd best go look for a new love. Soldier, soldier, come from the war. What did you see of my true love? I see them serve the queen in a suit of rifle green, and you'd best go look for a new love. Soldier, soldier, come from the war. Did you see no more of my true love? I see them running by when the shots begun to fly, but you'd best go look for a new love. Soldier, soldier, come from the war. Did aught take on to my true love? I couldn't see the fight, for the smoke it lay so white, and you'd best go look for a new love. Soldier, soldier, come from the war. I'll up and tend to my true love. He's lying on the dead with a bullet through his head, and you'd best go look for a new love. Soldier, soldier, come from the war. inside, and you'd best go look for a new love. Soldier, soldier, come from the wars. Do you bring no sign from my true love? I bring a lock of hair that Aunt Alice used to wear, and you'd best go look for a new love. Soldier, soldier, come from the wars. Oh, then I know it's true, I've lost my true love. And I tell you truth again, when you've lost the feel of pain, you best take me for your true love. True love, new love, best take him for a new love. The dead, they cannot rise, and you'd better dry your eyes, and you'd best take me for your true love.
that God made blue. You are the glass head set amid the feast, the desert breath that drinks up every dew. And no man lives that doth not fear your pain, and no man lives that learns to love your wrong. The white lip smiles, but ever and again God's image cries your horror unto God. And yet too terrible men grant you this. You work a mystery when you are done. Lo, common living changes into bliss. Though the mere light is as the noonday sun.
throbbing heart, be still. Canst thou not bear the heavy dash of memory's troubled tide, long sternly penned, but broken forth again, sweeping all barriers ruthlessly aside, and leaving desolation in its train where all was fair. Fair did I say? Oh yes, I'd reared sweet flowers of steadfast hope and quiet, patient trust above the wreck and ruin of my years. Had won a plant of beauty from the dust, fanned it with breath of prayer and wet with tears of loneliest hours. Oh, throbbing heart, be still. That cherished flower, faith in thy God, last grown yet first in worth, will spring anew ere long. It is not dead, 'tis only beaten to the breast of earth. Let the storm rage, be calm, 'twill lift its head some stiller hour. can say of woman's charms. Mine eyes have spoken and my lips have told to you 1,000 times. Your perfect arms, a replica from that lost mellow's mold. The fair firm crescents of your bosom shone with full intent to make their splendors known. Your eyes that mask with innocence their smile, the artlessness of all your ways, your kiss-provoking mouth, its lure, its guile, all these have had my fond and frequent praise. And something more than praise to you I gave, something which made you know me as your slave. Yet slaves at times grow mutinous and rebel. Here in this morning hour from you apart, the mood is on me to be frank and tell the thoughts long hidden deep down in my heart. These thoughts are bitter, thorny plants that grew below the flowers of praise I plucked for you. Those flowery praises led you to suppose you were my benefactor. Well, in truth, when lovely woman on dull man bestows sweet favors of her beauty and her youth, he is her debtor, I am yours, and yet you robbed me while you placed me thus in debt. I owe you for keen moments when you stirred my senses with your beauty, when your eyes, your wanton eyes, belied the prudent word your curled lips uttered. You are worldly wise, and while you like to set men's hearts on flame, you take no risks in that old passion game. The carnal common self of Jew me found pleasure in this danger play of yours. An egotist man always thinks to be the victor if his patience but endures, and holds in leash the hounds of fierce desire until the silly woman's heart takes fire. But now it is the higher self who speaks, the me of me, the inner man, the real, whoever dreams his dream and ever seeks to bring to earth his beautiful ideal. That lifelong dream with all its promised joy, your soft bedevilments have helped destroy. Your jar of Virginie will cost you a guinea, which you reckon too much by 5 shillings or 10. But light your church wording and judge it according, when I've told you the troubles of poor honest men. From the capes of the Delaware, as you are well aware, we sail with tobacco for England, but then our own British cruisers, they watch us come through, sirs, and they press half a score of us poor honest men. Or if by quick sailing, thick weather prevailing, we leave them behind as we do now and then, we are sure of a gun from each frigate we run from, which is often destruction to poor honest men. Broadsides the Atlantic we tumble short-handed, with shot holes to plug and new canvas to bend. And off the Azores, Dutch dons and monsieurs are waiting to terrify poor honest men. Napoleon's embargo is laid on all cargo, which comfort or aid to King George may intend. And since roll, twist, and leaf of all comforts is chief, they try for to steal it from poor honest men. With no heart for fight, we take refuge in flight, but fire as we run our retreat to defend, until our stern chasers cut up her honest men from the caves of the Delaware. As you are well aware, we sail with tobacco for England, but then our own British cruisers, they watch us come through, sirs, and they press half a score of us poor honest men. Or if by quick sailing, thick weather prevailing, we leave them behind as we do now and then, we are sure of a gun from each frigate we run from, which is often destruction to poor honest men. Broadsides the Atlantic, we tumble short-handed, with shot holes to plug and new canvas to bend. And off the Azores, Dutch dons and monsieurs are waiting to terrify poor honest men. Napoleon's embargo is laid on all cargo, which comfort or aid to King George may intend. And since roll, twist and leaf of all comforts is chief, they try for to steal it from poor honest men. With no heart for fight, we take refuge in flight, but fire as we run our retreat to defend, until our stern chasers cut up her four braces, and she flies off the wind from us poor honest men. Twixt the 40s and 50s, southeastward the drift is, and so was we and run from a poor honest man. Twixt the Sometimes I feel so passionate, a yearning for spiritual perfection here below. This vigorous frame with healthful fervor burning seems my determined foe. So actively it makes a stern resistance, so cruelly sometimes it wages war against a holy spiritual existence which I am striving for. It interrupts my soul's intense devotions. Some hope it strangles of divinest birth with a swift rush of violent emotions which link me to the earth. It is as if two mortal foes contended within my bosom in a deadly strife. One for the loftier aims for souls intended, one for the earthly life. And yet I know this very war within me, which brings out all my willpower and control. This very conflict at the last shall win me the loved and longed for goal. The very fire which seems sometimes so cruel is the white light that shows me my own strength, a furnace fed by the divinest fuel. It may become at length, when in the immortal ranks enlisted, I sometimes wonder if we shall not